The Foreign Policy Work Group has taught me something that no textbook or classroom lecture could ever teach me. It's taught me about the mindsets we have for every decision we make. Not the motives or the justifications, but the actual mindsets of the people who are making decisions in our government. I've never come across a textbook that could tell me what the former CIA General Counsel was thinking when he signed off on torture memos or helped the government conduct drone strikes, or what the Commandant of the Marines, Robert Neller, was thinking when he was commanding troops in Afghanistan and Iraq. I've been given an amazing opportunity, one that is completely unique to our organization. I've been able to travel to our nation's capital and learn a completely new perspective on not only government and politics, but leadership. The men and women we have met are leading whole departments within our government, but they are also leading our nation through catastrophes. When something happens abroad, these are the men and women that our nation and our president look to, and to be able to hear straight from them how they've handled these situations is an unforgettable and priceless experience that I've been given as a part of our Foreign Policy Work Group.
The Foreign Policy Work Group aims to familiarize high school students with the process and content of U.S. foreign policy. It is intended to help students acquire a sound, conceptual, and practical understanding of the foreign policy challenges that U.S. policymakers face and of the reasons for and implications for their decisions. It is also intended to help prepare them for the professional world of international relations and diplomacy. The program consists partly of lectures, discussions, and simulations. However, the distinctive feature and emphasis is direct exposure to the policy process through briefings by public officials, policy analysts, and other professionals who are involved in the shaping of U.S. foreign policy.
We broaden and deepen students' knowledge of contextual factors, elements, and challenges related to the crafting and conduct of U.S. foreign policy. Sharpen students' analytical and oral communication and writing skills through student-led discussions, simulations, team briefings, and policy papers. By introducing students to the Washington policy community and by incorporating into the conversation guest briefings by policymakers and other practitioners, students start to develop real answers to real questions.
In 2015, the student leaders of the Foreign Policy Work Group established the Committee for Foreign Policy Education, a committee that brings academic experts and policymakers in foreign policy, international affairs, and military affairs together with high school students. The goal is to develop a deeper understanding of the complex issues confronting the world outside of our own. The format for these sessions, to be held at the Legal Studies Academy, is designed to encourage students to interact, question, and exchange ideas. The special insight goes well beyond that which a high school student can achieve on his or her own. This committee is directed by the student officers of the Foreign Policy Work Group, the Legal Studies Academy, and First Colonial High School.
At a time when leaders in business and government seem forced to lurch from crisis to crisis, foreign policy experts are needed to help find practical, enduring solutions for the world's many public policy challenges. With global events unfolding at a remarkable speed amid a seemingly intractable political stalemate at home, the desire to develop professionals with sound thinking and empirical approach is increasingly vital. Bringing our work to students is an essential part of our focus on impact.
My name is Sean Lewis. I'm a freshman at Texas Tech University. And throughout high school, when I had the opportunity of being in the Foreign Policy Working Group, and I had the opportunity to sit down with former Secretary of Defense Donald Rumsfeld, I could ask him questions about 9/11, and I could learn firsthand what it took to keep America safe. I could ask him questions about what was going through his mind at that time, and how he thought that America would continue to be safe while also fighting what was going on in the Middle East. Now that has impacted me here in college because I can have a conversation with my professors about the current threats that we face with ISIS and ISIL. And I can give them my firsthand experience while talking to the people that live through these moments. And now I understand what I can do as an up-and-coming leader to continue that dialogue, to get more people my age to learn more and to continue to challenge the idea that people of our generation are apathetic and disengaged.